Hello, Massimo here. This weekend project was actually a request of a friend of mine, and I always look forward for random design projects because they keep your head elastic and keep your brain elastic because you have to work in fields that normally you don't work in. The requested design was an incense holder. As always, I started by doing a little research on this field because I don't know anything about it. Soon I discovered that 90% of all the design present was just an oblong shape, slightly curved, where you place the incense in. 90% were made out of wood. Some of them were like having strange shape, but basically they were in the same aesthetic field. So I decided to go in a completely different direction. I decided to do something clean and adaptable to most of the houses and most of the styles you find normally. So I moved directly into the sketching phase, where I sketched roughly, I think, 4 pages of shapes, and I decided to go ahead with one that to me looked promising. After doing the sketch, I just imported digitally and worked on it. After the sketching and the rendering, I was satisfied with the aesthetic of this object, so I decided to go ahead and do the 3D modeling in Fusion 360, trying to get the same aesthetic and the same shape I did previously on the sketching and the rendering. The general plan is to have the ashtray in grey, silver grey, the one I have from Prusa, and the rest of the design in black. So I moved on and took one fresh new spool of PLA, black PLA from Mindax, switched it in the 3D printer. So I had to preheat the 3D printer, remove the old one and place the new one in. As soon as I changed the spool, I was ready for the next print. So in order to print easily and cutting times of 3D printing, I decided to split the exterior part in 2 parts, because splitting it I was able to achieve the same quality without support, and took me like 2 hours for both pieces. Instead, if you print it all together, it took like 5 hours because there's a lot of supports needed. After printing both parts, I glued them together and waited for them to dry.
Let's go.
After it was dry, it was time to test it. Main concern was that the ash will actually fall inside the ashtray. I went to buy some incense and placed on it and light it up. After 10 minutes I checked and the ash was actually falling in the ashtray, so the design was working. I roughly calculated in Fusion 360, but you never know till you try it. So that's it for this weekend project. I really enjoyed every single part of it because I really like random projects. If you enjoyed also this video, please thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next weekend project. Bye bye.